We're back. Yo, I am Hyphenex. So welcome to the Great Conversation Podcast, where we indulge in healthy dialogue about topics that are important in today's society and culture. Man, we are back. We are back. We are back. Starting off this new season with a bang with the series, Those Who Have Been Chosen to Lead. Now we're at the tired. Man, we got a great show. You guys know how this goes, man. This is an interactive show. You can join the conversation by simply commenting in the comment area there. Share this live. We are live on the LFP network, Looking for a Production Network. We encourage you to go ahead and join the conversation. Say hi. We're interactive. Get your comment placed on the screen and shared with the world here. You know what? I'm gonna start calling it the universe. Our universe. What? You thinking small, bitch. But you need to be thinking big. This the universe. The universe. Oh my God. Come on in, man. Say hello in the comments here. You guys will be able to have your, like I said, your comment come up on the screen like so. Salutations. Miss Allie Two Hood, the prophetess. I'm finna just start throwing names at people, titles. Why not? Why not? She said, think big, bitch. Think big. We about to get into it. Go ahead and share this live. Got a great conversation ahead of us here. All right. Today's sponsorship, business sponsorship, man. blossomandgrow.com. Blossom and Grow's mission is to bring a renewed sense of healing to survivors of domestic violence in their families through plant therapy workshops and plant therapy sessions, plant therapy family fun nights, and group activities. At Blossom and Grow, they believe that the way to stop the cycle of domestic violence is to initiate the healing process with survivors and their families. So visit their website there at www.blossom-grow.com. Okay, right there on the screen. If you guys have not yet subscribed to us on your Apple Podcasts or Spotify, go ahead and do so. It's in the description. You can take us on the go. We got a message, man. It's a message being out there. I don't know if you guys see the theme, but those who have been chosen to lead. And if you would like to do sponsorship, let me take care of the business first. Woo. Spirit was like, come on now. I'm like, let me take care of the business first. let me take care of the business part. Let me get that out the way. Let me get the business part out the way, man. All right. If you would like to sponsor here on the Great Conversation Podcast, all you have to do is pay the low price of investing in yourself of $25. That's all you got to do. $25. That's not even 30. Okay, 2 10s and a 5. $25. Cash App T GC Podcast. And then on the For You spot, guys, just put business sponsorship. Put your website. I'll go on your website. I'll do what I just did, and it'll be right here. All right. It's time to get to it. Great Conversation Podcast, man. Let me tell you about our guest that we got on today. Our guest today, I met on the journey of renewing my purpose in myself. Yes, I'm talking about inside the world of the great algorithm, in the mighty world of the TikTok. I came in contact with Empress Tay. And today we're talking about be inspired. To be inspired. I'm gonna bring Empress Tay on, and we about to get to it.
Hello, Grand Rising, everybody. Welcome. Hey.
What's going on,
What's
fam?
fam?
Man, thank you for coming on. I
Thank you
appreciate
for
you.
having me. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you for that. This is honestly my first podcast, so I'm definitely ready to give it, and I'm definitely gratefully and with so much gratitude, appreciative of, our energies aligned in. Like you said on TikTok, you never know who you can honestly come in contact with, who you can honestly relate with. You guys got to bring that creative side out and that other door open. So thank you for having me.
Boom, man. I don't. I'm just finna. I think we just finna hop in. I just think we finna hop. I just think we finna hop in. Okay. So, quick question:
Yes.
have you been chosen to lead?
Yes, I have been chosen to lead. I was born a leader. I was born a leader. Kind of had it in, I would honestly say for a good 10 to 15 years as growing up, childhood growing up in South Carolina, Florence, South Carolina, finding myself as a young woman going through the day-to-day life. I had a rough growing up. I did. I ain't gonna lie. But in the same aspect, I always knew that something was greater. I already knew that something, was greater. I just didn't know what. Um, my father always told me I had a gift and I was going to be a star, but we never listened to that. Our parents tell us that every day. But it honestly took him taking his last breath for me to literally bring that star out and literally, healing and triggering me at the same aspect to figure out what is really going on, which honestly, that star was literally being created, which has literally driven me to be here, be on your platform, and to honestly be spreading the enlightenment, be spreading, positivity, all around and helping others find their own power from within because it's in you. But at times, it just only takes you to bring it out. It just takes you to just bring it out, to bring you to just fulfill it. And a lot of people don't understand that. It don't cost no money. It don't cost anything except for just literally an hour of your time, you know? And bring that leader out. We are all leaders. We are all have some type of power. But it also, we all have that same 24 hours. So yes, that is why I am here to lead and inspire.
To lead and inspire. So, what I'm hearing you say, I heard you say you came from the darkness. You said that you had a rough, like you came from rough. And then your father passed, and that really triggered your inspiration, right? Is,
Correct.
is that what I'm hearing you? Okay, all right.
Correct.
I just want to make sure I'm hearing
Correct.
you right. All right.
Yeah.
So are you trying when you say lead? So you're trying to lead people from where to where?
Honestly, leading them from that dark spot that I know that we all have inside, because all of us, all over, we all have that darkness in us. We all have those things that we go through. We all have those emotions, those traumas, those things that go on, when we're kids. But in the same aspect, like they say, time flies, right? Time flies. But in the same aspect, that healing, you don't get that timing back. You don't get time to kind of just fix those situations that happen right then and there, and time flies and we all just grow up so quick. And then before we know it, we grown and we having our own kids. But in reality, we still haven't even tapped into ourselves to really heal our inner selves, and healing. Honestly, you couldn't even talk to me like 3 years ago about healing. I'm gonna be for real. I'm gonna keep that shit 100. You couldn't, because I didn't even know what a healing was until you literally just had to just come to yourself. You get tired. You get tired of going through it. You get tired of struggling. You get tired of honestly trying to put a front on for the world and people pleasing the world, when in reality the world is just looking at everybody in the same way. But honestly, what inspires you, to just venture on out, what makes you different, and what makes you come out in that energy, so trying to just lead people to know, to find the power from within themselves, because we all have that power, and you can go anywhere you want to go. It's up to you, if you want to go up, you want to go down, you want to go in the middle, you want to go all around, it's whatever you want to do. But also, you just got to trigger that power from within you and just release it, and just let it, literally, like they say, just let divine time and take its course, and literally just surrender, and just know that you are greater. Yes, God is the creator of the universe, and yes, the universe is literally a guide for us, just another supernatural, how I like to say it, little world, that you can literally just connect with. But you just got to find that power. You got to find that power. And like I say, we all go through it on a day-to-day basis. We all get triggered. We all get annoyed. People all do, ignorant things, but it's what you call to, and it's how you answer to it too, which helps with that power. So just trying to just lead people to just find themselves, because we all go through it. But in the same aspect, who is really going to be the one to come out and really spread the word, really spread the positive, really spread the enlightenment, and still deal with their day-to-day lives.
Mm. I got another question for you. Y'all hear the way she said that? That's Empress Tay.
Yes.
That's Empress Tay. Y'all hear
12,
the way she
12.
answered that question?
12, 12.
On the clock. On
12,
the
12
clock.
on the clock. 11, 11 if you're Central
On the
Time.
clock. Right. It's listen to what's happening. I heard you say that you have to not only find yourself, but learn some type of self-discipline, self-control.
Yes.
What what inspired you outside of your father? I know you said your father's passing,
Mhm.
but within yourself, what inspired you within yourself to want to, like, I got to get my shit together? Like, what was that trigger moment?
I will honestly say, growing up with two different families, kind of being growing up in a split family. My biological family is in South Carolina, Florence, South Carolina. I come from a big family of seven. I have two sisters, four brothers, and just from that childhood growing up Section 8 base. We got a big family. You only got a two-bedroom apartment, so you got to make it work. Mama getting food stamps, so sometimes when the food stamps get low, guess what? You can only eat a can of beans, right? But in the same aspect, you also know that there is greater to come. You know that inside of you that this ain't it. So honestly, just me just pushing forward through high school, me pushing forward, to graduate, because when it came time to graduate, I was told, by my own biological mom, that I was not going to graduate. For the longest, it hurt me, it did. But in the same aspect, I had that energy and I had that power to prove it wrong. I felt the HSAP once, and then that next time I went in and I over exceeded the expectations, which literally led me to like three or four, college scholarships, surprising my mom, shocking my family down there, when in reality I didn't take any of them. You know why? Because honestly, school wasn't my purpose. Me getting my diploma, that was my purpose. But on after that, college ain't for me. Me is for me, me finding my way. But then also, after that, and literally transitioning and moving around, going through the adult world at that time. And I'm like 18 or 19 now. So, I'm a teenager, you're dealing with love, you're dealing with, um, just trying to just find yourself. I was bounced around from South Carolina to Ohio, finally came to Ohio when I was 20. um, Caught a couple of charges, just dumb charges, drug charges. Caught a couple of them, of course, because we all smoke a little cannabis. The ones that do. But in the same aspect, just kind of just beating those charges, beating those fines, and literally, just going to court those days, and they're like, "Oh, well, Miss Dotson, your ticket's been paid, your fine's been paid, you good." Being able to expunge it, me not knowing like who in the world done paid this, because I didn't pay it, my family showing enough ain't pay it, but I just
Thank
took
you.
it as a grain of salt. And as I, kept working, 22, 23, still kept working, working all these jobs and really trying to just figure out what it is that I wanted. And one day I just woke up like, I'm just tired of always, struggling, tired of always, working at McDonald's, working at Wendy's, really giving your all, really giving your 100%, not getting the credit for it, only getting what, $200 or $300 out of it. Like, what in the world? Come on now. That's not even enough to, to really get any like baby food, diapers, like all that, and still try to keep up with your bills. So you guys get tired of it, and I just at that time, and I will honestly say I was literally 23, and I just had to just really kind of just sit. And I tried the healing stage, it didn't work, and then I fast forwarded, and now I'm 28, and kind of started off 2022 in a new energy and a new light. But I also still went through trials and tribulations, unexpected bills, unexpected court cases, stuff coming up from the past. But in the same aspect, at that time, and I just had to just come and realize, like, it's all in what you make it. It's all in what you make it, so if you're going to stress about it, then stress is going to be. But if you look and be like, you know what, it is what it is, then hey, everything literally was what it was. And that literally is what triggered me into my leadership position, literally seeing how, honestly, you don't need anybody. You don't need anybody to literally tell you what is right, to literally tell you what is wrong. You don't need your mama, you don't need your daddy, you don't need nobody's validation. And at times, we seek that. We seek that because at times, we all literally disrespect and don't listen to our own intuition when that voice is literally there for a reason. It is there for a reason, but people just don't use it, and they wonder why like things kind of go a little sideways, which like I did. But in the same aspect, you just gotta just come to terms and get that law of discernment straight. And once you look at it and look at how literally your mind can literally change the world and get it straight for the better, life just gets so easier. So I honestly would have to say is just going through the struggles, going through the trials and tribulations, going through literally every day-to-day life, day-to-day life, that literally happens. But you just get tired, I just got tired. I got tired of stressing. I got tired of going through it. I got tired of having those breakdowns. I got tired of always having to call somebody when shit was going the fuck wrong. Always, trying to find myself in other fucking people, and definitely trying to ask this,
Hmm.
just to get that. But in the same aspect, when you get tired of it and you really take a step back and you get in your energy and you really gather everything and put it on the table, it triggers you because it's like, damn, you really did this. But also, it triggered me enough to really just want to do better. Me not having to ask nobody, me not being able, to have to, do anything by myself. If I choose to, then I choose to, And now that I have honestly literally found myself, I found my purpose, I can honestly really sit and say that, hey, everything is good. Like I literally did this shit. Like I literally fucking did this shit. It wasn't easy because it wasn't, and especially like I say, coming from two split families, one family believing in one thing and another family believing in another, and the two families really don't get along, and you are literally stuck in between it. But in the same aspect, through all that swirl, through all that trouble, I found my damn self, and that is why I am literally here. Just spreading the energy, like just spreading it. Like you don't need nobody. You just need yourself, and your own energy, and everything will literally just work it out. I wish I had somebody, a couple of years ago tell me that. And I always tell myself that all the time. But then when I tell myself that, my higher self comes to me and she always tells me, like, hey, it wasn't meant for you to know 5 years ago. It was the reason why you had to go all through this. We was testing you. You ain't know what was going on, but we did because we was always around you helping you out. That's why you always went through everything and you aced it. But now, you know, you literally about to hit your 30s. You 28. So now it's time to really set the bar, set the record, and really get your career and get you what you believe in out there, you know? And so, yeah.
Mm. It's so I love it. See, that's that. I watch this. Watch this. If you know what type of energy that was right now, if you had to guess right now in the comments right now, I want you to put what zodiac energy do you think that just was? I want you to put it in the comments. And while y'all doing that, Empress Tay, you said a lot. You said a whole bunch, a whole lot of nuggets in there. And one of the nuggets that I heard was two different broken home situations with two different belief systems. You know what I'm saying? And you said you had to rock with what you believe.
Yes.
In your belief, when the sentence says, "Have you been chosen to lead?" You said yes.
Yes.
Who chose you?
I, I,
Who chose you?
who chose me? My father chose me. I can't even say my father chose me because honestly, we all come from God. We come from the universe. That seed that is planted, you know, when two beautiful people come together and they create these star seeds, these healers, these empaths. So I can't even give that credit to my dad. I will honestly have to say it comes from God. God chose me to lead because he is the one that brought them two together at that time. Because at that time and when I was born, honestly, when I was born, I wasn't planned. I was literally born at a teenage party with two hot head ass motherfucking teenagers. Just being hot and ass now, being hot. But the fact that my mom had that fierce, like love and energy, like, hey, I want that emperor right there, and I'm gonna get it. And he had a whole lot of girls now, because Papa was a Rolling Stone. Yes, he was. But indeed, out of all them females, my mama went first, and guess what? That star seed was born, and it knocked everything after that that came after that out of the way, knocked it out of the way. And I was here, you know, I was born in a crack house. I'll be real with y'all. I was born in a crack house crying. My mom, my aunt up here in Columbus had to come get me out of there because my grandma, which is my dad's mom, told her that it wasn't safe for me to be there, that I was in the middle of the floor crying while everybody was doing what they was doing. I was safe, I was okay, but I was just crying, you know, and I never understood, and they came and got me, and I was always told, like, you know, just two separate stories. But like I say, with time, with healing, all the answers come naturally and you're able to see it. So with that, God chose me, the universe, which is God is the creator of the universe.
Woo! Now, y'all heard this. I just want people to understand that when we're talking about those who have been chosen to lead, where the choosing is coming from. Everybody has said the exact same thing. Where the choice is coming from.
Yes. Yes. It comes from God. It comes from God because that plan that he has above, like Drake made that song,
Themselves.
God's plan. He has that plan. And if it's he has that big old book up there of everybody that is down, even if you don't believe in him, it's okay. He don't look down on you. He don't, you know, because it is a lot of other gods. It is a lot of other beliefs out there. But the ones that call on him, you know, the ones that know him, that recognize him, he already know y'all. That's why he always just makes the sorry seeds. He knows which situations, which people to put their healers, their empaths. And I hate to say it, but it puts us. The star seeds, witches, the empaths, the healers, majority of the ones that I have came in contact with my spiritual journey have all had some type of traumatic effect, some type of traumatic effect. So I do believe that God does, you know, implant these star seeds, these healers, these empaths into those situations, not for the bad, but for the simple fact that they're gonna have to go through some shit. But they only gonna have to go through it because at the end, they're gonna realize their power and they're gonna really look back and look and be like, you know what? I had to go through all that, even the shit that fucking hurt me. I had to go back there. I had to forgive it, but I had to go through it because now that I understand, it was all a part of God's plan. And for that, hey, like I say, I don't even go to church. I don't go to church. I don't do any of that. I've talked to God myself. I have my own personal connection with God. God knows my heart. God knows my beliefs. God hear me every day and night, out loud, even in the car. Even when I be at work, God still hear me when I call on him. And for that, I don't got to do that. I don't have to prove anything. I know sure enough don't got to go to a church because guess what? I am the church. I am. As long as I speak, everything that is going up is coming down freely.
Podcast. I am the I am hyphen X. Just want to shout out. We are talking about be inspired because even on the road, the ones that have been chosen to lead need inspiration. We need inspiration as well. I I'm hearing I believe it's Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? Uh JFK, you know what I'm saying? Join forces with the Kings and we ate all day. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like it's time for the ones who have not only desire but have purpose and desire with the action of doing already to come sit at the table and build together.
Yes.
It's so much easier to help somebody push a car if you see that they already out trying to push the car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, watch this. Here go another question. Watch this. This I call this a pounce question. It's just a pounce. We're
Okay.
gonna pounce.
Counts.
Are you a witch?
Yes, I am. I am honestly, I'm
Now
gonna be
tell
for,
people what that means.
I am a baby witch. I'm gonna be for real. I am a baby witch. A witch is not in the spiritual realm. A witch is considered to be a higher person that has gifts, which is in the ancient days, literally, before like money came out, before coins came out, they did things for people, planting seeds, planting gardens, planting plants, for people, helping people, and that is literally how they were rewarded. It is literally in the witch's handbook, that can simply be purchased on Amazon. It's a witch book that I've read that literally gave me all of my knowledge. And it is literally it is levels, as I would say. That's the correct word to say, levels to it. You got a baby witch, you got a medium witch, you got an advanced witch, and you got a pro witch, but also is various types, definitely various types behind that. You got cosmetic witches, you got dark witches, you got black witches, you got different ones. So the list can honestly literally go on. But the whole definition behind a baby witch is literally a young woman that is literally under, I would say, under the age of 35, that is finding herself, that literally found her gifts, that, does crafts, does magic. Normal baby witches do candle magic because, for the simple fact, it's just a tad bit easier, and you are literally just using a candle and literally doing everything with your head. We are not using our hands to do anything. We are literally just talking, chanting, and making eye contact with that candle, watching that candle do what it does. And then afterwards, take you a shower, rinse it on off, and just, be going about it. And then just literally watching divine time make that magic work for you. So that is literally how what I would classify a baby witch. But with time, with growth, with experience, and I would honestly say just reading, not even, on technology, not even on TV, but literally just going back to the starter book, going back to the library, before you got cars, how was everybody getting to the library? We was walking to the bus stop, right? Hey, you go get out of school. Hey, we going to the library, y'all. We ain't got no phone. We going
Right.
to the library. We be getting on the computer. But going to the library and getting those books, asking the librarian just about, spiritualist stuff, like spiritual work. And some of the librarians that I know, all I had to do is just go ask just about crystals, and they already led me into the witch section before I even knew I even was a witch. So it's just levels to it. It's nothing bad because we are normal day-to-day people. A lot of this matrix that we are in, definitely water and saturated. They deem us as, somebody riding on a broom, with the black cat, or somebody that's just doing this and that. When in reality, it ain't nobody. It's just a woman that is just literally using her power and her energy to her highest intentions. Just a little tad bit more than other people can, and literally setting the life and setting it, the stability that she wants her family to have. But it doesn't come, just instantly. It ain't like you're gonna wake up and be like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm a witch. I can do that. Nah, you can't do that because it's also who is behind that, and witches already know. You already know about that. So yeah.
So okay, so wait a minute. I'm gonna get there, spirit. I gotta take care. I gotta take care of the business. I gotta take care of the business part of it. Just 1 second. I'm with you. This is the Great Conversation Podcast. I am hyphen X. We're talking with Empress Tate. We're talking about be inspired. This is the third part of our 3-part series. Those who have been chosen to lead right here live on the LFP network. Okay. If you want to sponsor, we are being sponsored today by Blossom and Grow. Blossom and Grow. His mission is to bring a renewed sense of healing to survivors of domestic violence and their families through plant therapy workshops and plant therapy sessions, plant therapy family fun nights, and group activities. At Blossom and Grow, they believe that the way to stop the cycle of domestic violence is to initiate the healing process with the survivors and their families. Okay, you guys go ahead. You can visit their website there at www.blossom-grow.com. Okay, it's right there on the screen. Okay, we are talking with Empress Tay, and she just told us that she is a witch. Okay, we're gonna. We have to digest that, and now that we're digesting that, I'm gonna I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna ask this question to you.
Okay.
How how do you believe that you're perceived as being a witch in the black community? How does the black community perceive witches?
The African American culture definitely deems black witches as demons, demons, devils, witchcraft, just bad, basically, like X marks the spotlight. Don't touch this, don't touch that. And it's perfectly okay, especially when it comes to the one of the most magical, powerful cats, a black cat. As growing up, my mom always told me, "Oh no, don't go past that black cat. I don't touch that black cat. That black cat, is evil." And you notice that is one thing that a lot of people hate. You know that, right? But it's only because, in the same
Mm-hmm.
aspect, that is already letting you know that those people really ain't in alignment, and it's okay. I'm around people that don't like black cats. That is perfectly okay with me. As a witch, that is rule number one. You never put your belief, you never put your energy on anybody. You don't force it on them. Honestly, you don't even care because this is your journey. But I do feel like the African American culture does does deem it a lot of, not correct, not good. But in the same aspect, I feel like the ones that do deem it like that either honestly haven't really did enough searching, honestly haven't did enough reading to really figure out what is the meaning behind these cats, or meaning behind like witches and stuff. I feel like a lot of people just literally go to school or literally just take what the fuck they get from Facebook or Instagram and run with it, or what they families say. If your mama say don't like that black cat, well, guess what? You ain't gonna like it either. And people grow up just stay in that, and they stay in that same mindset. They literally stay in that same mindset. But the ones who literally come out of that and literally do the reading, literally get back and go, look on YouTube, the law of attraction, and really start literally digging deep, they notice, nah, she ain't crazy. She is honestly good. I need her on my team. But that's just kind of, I feel like that literally is what separates us. But in the same aspect, I feel like that is also what powers us. The African American women that do know how to go through these things on a day-to-day basis, knowing that these beliefs aren't taught, knowing that it's a lot of negative hate, a lot of negative energy, you know, towards witchcraft, witches, and all that. But the fact that we already know how much power we have, because if we really want to, we could warp your whole mindset if we want to. But in the same aspect, witches already know how much power they have. That's why they just sit back as the empress and then the queen and just let it be. We sit and we watch and observe and we hold our energy close to us. We don't worry about that godly stuff because it literally tells you in all your oracle readings. If you do oracle readings, if you do tarot readings, or just really literally just channeling your own energy just with crystals, just with crystals, it comes to you. You go to the water, you get a whole lot of energy, a whole lot of downloads, but that is something that African American people do deem incorrect is witchcraft, but it is okay. We don't hate you guys. We don't think any different. We just look at it like, okay, that's fine, because we're still day-to-day people. That's your opinion. You feel how you feel, I feel how I feel. That's okay. I just know how to move around you. I ain't gonna move ignorant, but I just know how to proceed with caution with you. That's it. And that is literally holding that witch, that queen, that empress, that is literally holding her power. Because at that time, she already knows how much power she has. Why give that power out to somebody that you already know really ain't even in the same mindset? We probably really ain't even in the same realm. You think we in the same realm just because we talking, but you could be in 2022 and mama already in 2026. That's definitely what differentiates us.
Dang, because time is oh man, you just said some shit right there.
Listen, hey.
You just said some shit right now. Because it's like 2015. It's like 2015 in Ethiopia or some shit.
Yeah,
But
see?
it's like I'm the African American community. I like the way you said that. The African American community, deems it as witchcraft. Now, someone in the comments, Dana Page, she said, "Is witchcraft a religion?"
I would honestly, witchcraft is not a religion.
Okay. Yeah, I will agree with you on that. I think it's more so of a practice. You know what I'm saying? And then you said it's rules to witchcraft.
Yes. Just I feel like not even
Can you
go ahead, I'm sorry.
yeah, can you share that? Can you share some of that?
Yes, it's not even I wouldn't even I should have worded it a little bit better. But just like how you have the matrix, how it's like rules, you can't be speeding, you can't do this. But also just with witchcraft, also I feel like it implements just good karma and bad karma. You know how like good karma and bad karma is always tossed around, blossomed around. But with the witch, if you already know, for one, a witch already knows. For one, you don't use your power for anything unless it is literally to enhance you. A witch already knows that we don't do really love spells or any of those because we do glamour spells. We do money magic, literally to up enhance our life, to up and enhance, us, because that love, that energy is going to come with us. Honestly, it's already with us. But that just deciphers, where your mind is at. And as a witch, you got to stay focused, but also a witch does know or is supposed to know that, certain things aren't meant to be said. Certain things aren't meant to be written down. Certain things are literally just meant to keep, in your head. And these things is not no guidebook, just like it's a kid. It's not a guidebook to it. There's no book that can really tell you these laws. It just already comes natural to you. And if certain things are not done in the right way, then it can have a boomerang effect on you and it can literally fuck your life up. I know a lot of good people, a lot of good readers that have honestly gotten knocked off. They may say somebody did this or somebody did that, but it's honestly the reality sitting you down, the universe telling you that you knew that wasn't right. You knew that wasn't right. And it can literally come not just on you, but it could come on your family. It could come on your kids. It could come to somebody close to you, So that's why it is also very adequate that a witch knows her powers and knows when to use them, know how to use them. We don't do anything, even if people make us mad. You don't do anything, any witchcraft to wish any harm on them, to, wish any bad on them, or to honestly do anything bad. Because in the same aspect, that bad that you're trying to get done to them, guess what? It's going to come back on you because you know better. You know better. You already know that forgiveness is everything. If somebody has did something bad to you, you forgive it. You don't always got to have that, one-to-one, oh, I'm sorry. Nah, you forgive it, you release it out to the universe, and you let the universe handle that, which is also your spirit guides, your ancestors. You let them handle that, because in reality, the person, if somebody did bad to you, they're already getting their karma. You want them to get it when you want them to get it, but at times that's a decipher. You got to know your energy, and when people don't know their energy, they fuck up, and literally they don't mean to do it, but the simple fact that you done fucked up, and now, Like my mama used to say, you done made that bed, now you gotta lay in it. Now you gotta lay in it, you gotta figure that shit the fuck out. Because you know you shouldn't have did that. You know it.
It's like when you said ancestors, right?
Uh-huh.
I got tugged and was like, let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about let's talk about ancestors. Because when you say that, and then you also in the same breath, when you say that and you say I'm also a witch, you know what I'm saying, and we're approaching the month of October, people will start thinking some spooky thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like you're in you're in communication.
I already know it.
Yeah. yeah. You're in communication with the underworld or the spirit world. Tell people what that mean when you say like your ancestor, your spirit guides, because they think. Are you talking of dead folks? Are you talking about people that are dead?
Yes, your ancestors, your spirit guide, your spirit team is literally your deceased people that are close to you. It could be a family member, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could just be somebody that you lost that's to you, that is literally on the other side, that is literally working for you. Because you know how they say when you die, only the body dies, but that vessel and that spirit lives on, and that spirit is literally your spirit team. Just like everybody say, oh my God, I think it's a spirit in the house. Da-da-da-da. Well, it probably is. It's probably either, one of your deceased people telling you at that time or whatever is going on, giving you a message. But a lot of people, when we have these people close to us die, they always be like, oh, well, I want to talk to them, or I want to do this and I want to be close. But in reality, they really don't even take the time out to realize that they are already in front of us. Just because you don't see them doesn't mean that they're not there. It doesn't. And it just takes the time and the energy and literally you just to know how to call on them. You just call on them just to be there. That is literally what I preach on Be2 Inspired. One of my highest forms of protection is calling on my ancestors, calling on my sacred ones. Ancestors is literally but how I look at it could be, like my dad's mom, mom's mom, like great grandma, generations on back that already then been going before I was even thought of. So it could translate, or correlate for anybody else too. Somebody that honestly passed before you was born, that is literally a ancestor, because the generations changed. That is a generation that literally has passed on to the other side, but that is honestly still there. Just because you don't see pictures, just because you don't see them, you may not even know about them, but we have them. Sometimes it just takes us just to call out on them, or just to just say, hey, spirit team, I need y'all right here now in this form of protection. And I guarantee, literally, you will hear something, you will feel something. But the biggest thing that you will know is that little voice that's back there will tell you, we are here. So what is it doing? And it'll scare a lot of fucking people, because guess what? When I first did it, it scared the crap out of me. I'm like, oh my gosh. My toilet started running. I'm like, okay, everybody's here, present and accounted for. I did it again at work, when I had an unruly situation. I just really felt uncomfortable at my time, at that time. It called on it, went in the bathroom, came out a whole new woman. Everybody was like it literally left the store, to where I was able to grasp my peace. And even my manager came out of her office like, whoa, everybody gets up out the store. Well, I guess they ain't seen no furniture in here today. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But in reality, nah, hey, something ain't right. Everybody got to get on out, just so that person can literally gather his or her energy, and just to know that their presence is there. Just like, like you said, it's going to be Halloween time coming around. A lot of people going to be flicking lights on and off. I've already started seeing it. But it is literally somebody, if somebody lives in that house. If they don't live in that house, it could be like just a spirit that is in there, that is still in there. Like, hey, I'm just coming out to play. I know somebody notices it, even if you ain't even got to be in the house or around it. But that house is heavily protected, or it is a spiritual presence in there,
Man, let me tell you, Allie was absolutely right. She said, when I remember I asked the question earlier, I said, what kind of energy that was? What kind of energy this is?
Yes.
Boom, right there. Gemini gang.
Gemini 617, baby. Gemini son. All here, present and accounted for. Yes.
Like these, you gotta have. You have what I'm hearing you say is that we have the ability to pick out our teams in this realm and also in the spiritual realm, because not all ancestors are good ancestors. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
you have the ability to decipher that, or the what's the other word I can use? Discernment to do that. Guys, this
Right.
is a time right now. Guys, I want to open up the lines. I want to open up the lines right now. If you guys want to hop on, if you guys want to say anything, say your piece or whatnot, I'm gonna go to some of these comments over here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that link first. That's what the first thing I gotta do. We gotta drop that link over here. We talking with Empress Tay here on the Great Conversation Podcast. I am hyphen X. We're talking about be inspired. Those who have been chosen to lead, to be inspired. And what I am really getting out of this is that to be inspired, you have to know know who you are, know self, understand your strengths, understand
Yes.
your weaknesses, and deal with them both accordingly.
Yes.
You know, that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
The message is being told right now.
Yes.
I dropped the link in there. If anybody wants to drop the link, hop in, hop out, whatever. But it's very important, man. Man, who just nonchalantly told the masses that she is a witch. And then not only did she tell us that, she told us that I am a baby witch. And then also gave us some rules on being a witch. And the rules that I'm hearing about being a witch is all about your intent that determines the type of witch that a person is. Because a witch is more of a title. That's what I'm kind of getting? It's a title.
Yes, it is a title. A title. Weekend is the correct term for it back in the ancient days. But yes, a title is definitely a title that is honestly born. If you're not born in this, you can go ahead and try to say, well, hey, I am a witch, knowing you ain't got no gifts, knowing anything, and guess what? Now, where your mom or your grandma, somebody gonna get sick, or you might be stuck financially. That car that you got, now it's gone, and you're gonna sit on your ass. Cause guess what? It ain't no false claiming out here, because that man above God, he already know who his healers and whose empaths that are. He knows which ones that he implanted in these two people. He knows who they are. Now if you just want to get insight, you can. But the ones that don't and do try to false claim, well, guess what? They are already dealt with accordingly. And you ain't got to lift a finger because it's already done.
So it almost sounds like you said that guys like your personal hitman, like they come up against me, man, bang bang, boom boom.
Yeah, that's literally it. You guess your power, which knows his or her powers, because it can come, in men or female or men. Men, some men are called warlocks, but a lot of men that I know like to just be called witches because they go under the same term. And they also do have that shield. They have that highest form of protection. Especially a lot of African American men that I do know that have definitely went through a lot of things, that cultivated, that spiritually awoken and that transformed into their powers. They may not seem normal, but in the same aspect, I can guarantee you they can turn around and walk down any street at any time of the night. It could be a whole accident going on, a whole shootout. I guarantee you that man ain't gonna get hit. I guarantee you ain't nobody gonna even notice him. That is how protected he is. That is literally how protected he is. And the more that a witch, know his or her power, the more powerful they become. And the more that they start showing it on a day-to-day basis, which is why a lot, do deem them as weird, or, oh, why you gotta act like that, or da 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 and da da da. It ain't even all about that, bro. I'm just living. Why are you so mad? But it's only because you see a whole star or a whole energy in me that you are not. Now, if you want to talk and you want to get along, we can do that. We can have a great conversation. But if you want to be nasty, just know when I look at you, that energy is going to be sent right back to you. And that is literally why these people act like that. But in the same aspect, it goes back to that power. When you know the power you hold, you just smile and be like, okay, well, you have a nice day. Sorry that bothered you. Have a good day. And that's literally, forgiving the
Now,
situation and keeping your power. You got that power by you, baby. You can't get none of this power unless I give it to you.
and I'm gonna give you a direct question or a direct mission, and I want you to give your direct power to that. Watch this. Now, Ali said your moon is taking over and the stars are following.
Yeah.
If that resonates with you, I want you to speak on that, and then I want you to say any inspiring words to any fellow witches that may be watching or coming across this podcast today.
All
The floor
right.
is
So,
yours.
okay. So referring to Miss Ali, your moon is taking over and the stars are following. Literally, what she is saying is just that darkness is coming out. You are coming out of that darkness. You are connected. You are and have connected with your emotions, which literally goes back to the astrological term. Like this is in books, your moon sign. Your moon sign is your emotions, how you feel, how you handle your personal life, how you handle your relationships, how you handle you, basically, how you keep it together. And along with the stars, you got to go up. You got the sun, then you got that rising. And there it goes. You are literally coming out of the darkness, transpiring literally into your higher self. Literally transpiring into your higher self is literally the whole concept of what Miss Ali just said. And I love how she said it. I love it because it is so easy. It is so vibrant to just flow with. You have transitioned into your higher self. And as far as any baby witches or any witches that could be listening, in the car, that could be at school, whoever it is that are listening, I just want to tell you, just, keep your head up. I know right now it could seem like it is a lot going on because we are still 6 planets deep in this retrograde. And it is definitely, spinning the world a little backwards right now, but next week, we are coming into that new moon in Libra that is coming to bring balance to a lot of people, especially my Libra placements. But also to just keep your head up, stay firm into what you believe in, and don't let anybody tell you what the fuck is right, and let anybody invalidate your feelings or what you believe in. If you want to go on Facebook and post all day about your belief, well, guess what? You do that shit. If you want to go outside and talk to the universe all day, you do that. Don't let nobody's looks, don't let nobody's voice, don't let nobody's nasty ass, low vibrational ass energy knock you off your pivot, because guess what? They are going to be thrown at you. And a lot of these people are going to come heavy. And the sad thing is to say, a lot of these people are going to pose as your family members. So it's going to get a little rocky if it's not already happening. But baby witches, my babies, just stay firm and just stay true to yourself and your belief and your law of discernment. This crown up here, keep it covered. And guess what? The roads, the path, the stars. Hey, your whole life is gonna be so much easier. You're gonna be cruising. What Megan Thee Stallion say? I'm riding past y'all and I'm on E, baby. Just stay firm to yourself. Stay firm. Stay true to yourself. Cause guess what? You going places. You going places. The first thing is knowing. Second thing is accepting. And the third is you align yourself and you just let it be and you let divine timing take its course and you live your life. And that is exactly the key of success, the key of life to anything.
Empress Tay, y'all, on her throne, talking to us so graciously.
So much
But I
gratitude.
got
So
I got a
much
question.
gratitude. So much gratitude, baby.
Like, I got another question. This, I don't know why I'm asking this. I don't know why I'm
You're
asking
fine.
this. But at what age would you say that you started to like mess with the tarot cards? At what age?
I would honestly say I started getting a little curious when I was like 16 or 17, like trying to figure it out and getting readings. I used to spend like a lot of money and still be confused afterwards. But I would honestly say I was 27, literally just last year, as I started stepping into my higher self and I started noticing doing the readings, and then when I would say 6 months before I literally went public, I had to give myself half a year for me to do tarot on myself, to do those tarot cards on myself, to have that journal, to write down the cards I pulled, the meanings and everything, and just to literally see if everything that I pulled came to light. And once I kind of got the hang of it and I got the feelings, and I was like, oh, okay, within that next 6 months, now I am here. Fast forward within 3 months, doing readings, doing open and live readings, helping people find clarity and enlightenment with themselves, me opening up doors, finding stuff about people's self that they don't even know. So I will honestly have to say, literally about a year ago, I really like started just kind of digging and trying to figure it out because I had felt like I went through kind of life, even though I'm 28, I still went through life. Everything is going for me, everything, my bills paid, everything good. I don't worry about anything. So why not give myself that time and to figure out more stuff, especially something that is literally spiritually inclined with me. And now that I know, I just use that. It's just the God, because the gift is up here. It's inhabited. But the cards is just the God to let me know in a visual, in a bigger way. Like, hey, that up there, what you thinking, is literally right here. Proof in the pudding, sis. Marked, hot, sealed, and delivered, baby. Hey.
Listen, that is the theme. Being yourself. Because only you, I used to say, my mentor told me this. He said, only you know what's wrong with you. Only
Right.
you know what it takes to make you feel better. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Only you know that. It's just you have to be comfortable with your own choice, whatever that choice may be.
Right.
I I seen, and I'm going to show y'all the power of choice, because we always talk about one side of it. Power of choice. I'm standing behind a man who was trying to buy maybe 7 steel reserves at
Okay.
tall cans and a thing of hamburger helper, and his car kept getting declined. So he said, take off a few beers and the hamburger helper. The lady, she did so, but you could tell she did so reluctantly. Comes to find out, he's able to afford the beer. He says, man, I was able to get the beer, but I really wanted the hamburger helper. Now, TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, they was, in that scenario, someone would have paid for this man's hamburger helper. But in the reality, the clerk, she said, well, maybe you should put back some more beer and get the hamburger helper. That man said, that's the exact same thing my mom would have said to me. He broke down right then and there. He broke down right then and there. Now, did he end up getting the hamburger helper? No, because he made a choice. He made a choice. He made a choice. That was his choice, but he was aware. I seen that man was aware of his choice, but he wasn't comfortable with it. When you start seeing that your choices, you're not comfortable with your choices, it is an issue that must be dealt with, but only you can deal with it. Your biggest inspiration should be from within thyself. That should be your biggest inspiration, because we are the best tool, the best vessel, so that spirit can move through you, whatever that may be. Go ahead, run your tags, fam. Let them know where they can find you.
All right. Thank you. If you guys are on TikTok, you can definitely at me on TikTok at Empress Tay. That is EmpressTaie, Empress Tay. If you are friends with I Am Phoenix, I am his friend on there. So hey, just go ahead and give me that little follow. Show me some love. Also, if you guys are on Instagram, my Instagram is Empathic Tay. EMPATICTAYE. Go ahead and give your girl a follow. I'm on Facebook also with Empathic Tay, EMPATHICTAYY. You can add me on there. You can also follow my business page. Literally on Facebook, just type in B2 Inspired. You can put it together, you can put it apart, and I will be right up there with my logo. I literally just did some zodiacs this morning, some collective reads this morning also. So if anybody is just wanting to know about their zodiac sign, wanting to know what to come up, well, guess what? I got y'all. So go ahead and follow me. Send me a like. Let me know that y'all out there and that y'all listening, babes.
Y'all go ahead, man. And also, all her tags will be in the description following the broadcast, guys. I just want to put this up here that this kind of touched my heart. Thank you, Allie. I appreciate this. She said, these three casts you have done have reminded me that I am on the right track and one accord with his will. Thank you, God, and thank you, Phoenix, for your universal service. Y'all, sometimes the name isn't what you give, it's what they give you. You know what
There
I'm
you
saying?
go.
And I appreciate that. Guys, go ahead and make sure you guys are subscribing to the LFP network. We're going to be dropping more shows on this. Your boy X has also been starting a new podcast, guys. I'm a co-host on a new podcast called True View Podcast. It's where we watch movies and we give our opinions. Just some guys bringing the barbershop to the box office. Okay. So, guys, check that out. That's going to be in the description below. We get all types of stuff. Don't forget about Blossom and Grow. That's going to be out there in the comments below as well. Okay. So, you guys know what we like to say here at the Great Conversation, man, is that you don't always have to agree to have a great conversation. Peace.
Peace. Love you all. Send you all so much love and light.